Going on.
Right, here we are. It's the end of the year. One more day to go. And it's cold.
No, 2 more days.
2 more days, sorry.
Oh,
well, what day are we on today? 20 something?
Is it 28th?
28th, 29th, yeah.
Sorry, 3 more.
Well, all right. Last week of the year, anyway. Last week of the year. And you have been bored over Christmas.
I've not been bored.
So you've had nothing else to do. So you've dragged out a frame that you've now cut up. So you've now this frame. Let's go and see what you're up to. This frame was originally.
Is it a 750 Zephyr?
A 750 Zephyr.
Yeah.
But that engine is not a 750 Zephyr. That's a what is it? A GPZ11 or something like that, or a J.
That is it's a GPZ11.
Yeah, late model.
It's basically the later Cool 1000.
Right. So you've modified the mounts. We'll see here. And at the back.
Well, they're the original mounts off the Zephyr, but I've just made some new ability
brackets
and
spaces.
I've got to put another one in down there yet, but I can do that when I spin it over.
Okay, yeah, because you've got one there to mount, and at the back.
Well, what I was going to do underneath there is put another tube in, weld some threaded lugs on, and then make a bracket so they bolt on.
Okay.
So it gives you loads of room. When you get in, so you're not stuck with brackets while you get the engine in.
Oh yeah, so it's a bit of a trial.
Plus I've had to make sure these, and I've had everything in so I can make sure the cam chamber.
Yeah, the cam cover comes off. Yeah, that's quite important.
Yeah.
So at the back, we just go backwards slightly. We've actually got to sort out as well the mounts for the back, which you've still not done.
Well,
but they've got to be done yet.
Once I've got these tubes in, once that's done,
you can then move on.
I can then weld a piece across there and then put the top tube. The top tube.
Just to go back a step, let me just go back a bit more room to see what's going on. So the whole top tube's been removed, or the 2 top tubes have been removed.
It was originally cut off there, yeah.
Yeah, and you've made new ones.
Thing is, to try and bend that in one and get it right, it's just
very difficult.
Especially when you've got to slug it.
Yeah.
You know, if you were bending it and resting it on there to a point and then welding it.
Okay, so you've done it in 2 pieces then?
Yeah. So to get it all in, what I've got to do is...
Yeah, you've got a piece there.
I got that bend wrong there and I've run out of tube, so I've had to...
Do it in 2 pieces.
I've had to make it, because I had 2 more shorter pieces, I had to bend... I've slugged, they're all slugged then.
Okay.
Ready to...
Be welded.
Well, but by the time you've got your piece, your tube in here...
Okay.
And I'm sure there'll be some brackets welded there for coils.
Oh yeah, yeah, for mounts and stuff.
And little, probably where that join is there, I'll weld a couple of... Everything will all be...
So you've modified the top tube, A, to clear the cam cover so you can fit the damn thing, but also because...
what I've had to do is I've had to keep it as far forward, because what I'd like to use is...
Yeah, okay, we've got this old giant...
That will fit. It's just resting on a nice, I reckon about...
And what's that from? Is that an XJR?
That's an 1100 Zephyr.
Okay, that's Zephyr, yeah.
Or is it a 750?
Well, whatever it is, it's a big old thing.
So basically, that will sit nicely on there. Plus, the fuel taps.
So, would it not fit then with the original Zephyr frame?
No.
The top tubes would get in the way?
The original tubes come down really low here.
Yeah, but were they also a bit wider?
I'd warm them.
Yes.
And take them in a little bit.
Yeah. Because otherwise you've got no room. Yeah. Oh, hang on. We can see here you've got a few issues.
That was cut out.
Yes. Years ago.
To try and clear that.
Yeah. So this frame here.
I can put the plates.
Okay, you can.
I can
repair that.
Yeah.
Whether it's worth it, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah. So this frame here that we also is next door.
It's worth it.
This is again one of your many sort of mini projects. This started out life as a Unitrack, did it not?
Yeah. Well, I've got all bits.
A Unitrack 1100. Yeah. And you've chopped the back end off it.
Well, what I might do with this now is, once I've got this all tacked up, is set all this up in the jig and literally weld the back end on with shock mounts and have it as shock absorbers.
What you did modify it, had some really cool sort of bracketry here,
I did tack them on.
billet brackets and whatever.
You can see where they've been tacked on.
And now you've removed them.
And now it's all been removed. But what I'd like to do with this now is
just go twin shock.
It's just, well, I've got them shockies off you.
Yeah, okay.
And I've got to swing it.
You got bits and bobs.
That, yeah, I can.
So when you've done all that, is it going to be sold or?
Well, let's just see how it goes.
Have you got a logbook for it?
That's on a reg.
A reg.
From 84.
84.
It may be 84, maybe 85.
It'll soon be, if not already,
I think it's
qualifying for a 40-year.
It's either early 80, late 84.
Tax-free, MOT fee.
Virtually by the time it's done, it'll certainly be 40 years old.
Yeah.
But this.
So you're going to finish this frame off. Is it going to be twin shock or is it going to be?
Well, I'm going to use the monoshock mount.
Oh, monoshock.
Off that.
It's going to be monoshocked.
And I've got that swinging arm off.
Off me?
Was it done?
I can't remember. I don't know.
It's set up there.
And have you got all the bits for the engine, or? Because right now that's an empty.
Whether the engine goes, I've got enough bits, but whoever takes it on, as you
know,
so
you're building it as a sort of ongoing project to be sold. Hopefully sold anyway.
And what I thought was, if you can attract someone with a project, they may
give you lots of money.
Who knows? Well, not so much lots of money, but a reasonable amount.
Yeah, to make it worth your while.
To make, you know. I mean, I'm not really. It doesn't matter at the minute. You know, if someone buys it or not, it doesn't matter.
Okay, well. And by the way, so this bit here is obviously the back half of the frame.
That is the original, as I just said.
Of the Zephyr.
And what I was going to do is use that tank.
Hang on, where's he going? Where's he going?
Let's grab this.
He's got something. Oh, he's got a tail section.
As you just said, if you'd have asked me, you could have bloody had one. This is my life. Every time I bought something, someone's always come in and said, I've got one of them hanging around.
Yeah, so that's a Z650 tail section.
Yeah, so
tail piece.
Forget the frame there. So hopefully it should. I'm going to try and get it ending up somewhere.
Sort of like a Street Fighter-ish.
And rather than having it low like I'm going to try and kick it up.
Yeah.
And then could make an aluminium
seat base
thing and get it covered, or whoever has it.
Yeah. Well, you can keep going, can't you?
Yeah. So as long as you've got some mounts on the frame and brackets to work from.
Away you go.
Yeah. But I quite like them.
Yeah, I do. I think they're really good. A good looking tailpiece. Sort of classic.
A light. I think I've got a Kawasaki light to do. Might be is it GPZ?
Okay, a big square off one.
The square one.
Yeah.
But you'd have to sit it in.
Oh.
You'd have to make some sort of bracket because
I think I might still have a.
Just get the light just inside.
I've still got a ZX6R which I've used on several projects and it fits really well underneath there. You can have one of them if you want. It's only about 15 quid off eBay. Oops.
But you can see there now it's just a touch.
Yeah, it's a bit too.
Yeah, but if I just cut these two tubes,
and
slug them and then re-weld them, just so that just sits on nice either side.
But then what you can do is you can weld on a plate at the back. I'm going to plate.
Yeah, I can
just across there, and you can bolt things to it.
You can come off with some tubes.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Whatever, flat.
Yeah, it gives you a little bit more freedom.
Yeah. So,
right. Okay.
But that there, I'm going to have to extend them, and obviously. I might have to warm it a bit because what I'd like to do is where this joint, I'd like to put a bracket there, and use that, to stiffen the, to weld like a bracket over it, and then drill it, and then a lug.
Yeah. Okay.
Try and use where I've done the joints to put a bracket to strengthen up the joints.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
That's been slugged with. I machined a thick wall piece there. Okay. That's been knocked in. That's all.
Yeah, of course, because this engine's going to be quite a lot wider.
Originally, the tubing had a bit of a bend, which took these in. About this. In fact, now the swinging arm, the modern one, going to have to make some spacers because it's
so wide.
It's probably an inch over what
it used to be.
It used to be.
Okay, cool.
But that is great because if someone, there's no problems with
you can fit anything.
Clearances or anything.
Yeah.
As long as you can get this. All
you've got a little tricky bend to do there, haven't you?
Well, like you say, I've just been doing that.
Have you? Okay, you've got a...
I've just warmed them because obviously when that's done I can make a gusset that comes right over that.
Yes.
But the idea is now, what I've got to do is get that on there, cut these so that they're in line, put a slot in that, make a slug, and then put it in there. And then once it's in line, is then knock it down between them. And that is not easy.
No.
It's time.
It's easy to get it wrong, but it's very difficult to get it right.
You've got to get all the angles,
get everything
absolutely.
Sort of equal on both sides and so on. Okay.
So, plus that's got to. So I want them looking straight there.
Yeah.
But as you bend that there and bend that, it's got to come that way. So you can't.
Yeah, it's like a 3D jigsaw, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, probably what you'd do is if you made one like that and then you got these CNC benders. They'd look at it and go.
Well, yes, but we don't have a CNC bender.
If you're making
this is a one-off one.
50,000 frames,
which we're not.
it's worth it.
Which we're not.
Which you know,
okay.
It's got a dent. That's a Z750 twin.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
It looks very, very much like the 650. But if you put
no, it's a bit
that,
wider than a 650, I think.
If you put that on there, it's just.
It's a bit too narrow.
You'd have to fit one. Actually, it's just touching on the tubes.
Yeah.
But by the time you've got your billet yoke there coming up, it's not bad there. That probably
looks all right.
That, if with brackets on.
So is that
would probably?
Is that okay? Is it rusty inside or is it?
It's no, but I've got to drill a hole and knock that dent out.
Oh God, yeah.
But I got that I think for about 50 quid.
Okay.
And that's solid.
Yeah, and that's off a.
That's a Z750 twin.
It's just,
and it looks very, very.
Looks like a Z1.
Either that or it's very close to the 650.
I think it's a bit wider than a 650.
Well, it might be a fraction wider, but yeah. What I've got to do is I'm going to have to put a hole in there and go in and warm that and
knock it out, yeah.
And knock a hell of a lot of that. That's why I got it cheap, but it's solid.
Yeah. Okay.
To do.
Yeah. Whatever. Anyway, so there's your possibilities.
That's a possibility.
I would imagine that's going to be easier than trying to sort out this thing with huge big holes that you're cutting them.
Well,
that's because this isn't even. This has got the odd dent, hasn't it? I would think. But look at the size of it.
Little dents in it, but it's not
For me, it's too wide. That's a massive thing, isn't it? I thought at first it's from a XJR13, but it's not. Anyway, I think that's a much more appropriate tank. But that's just me.
One of them would be a possibility to use.
Well, you're a long way from it yet, so let's get let you get the frame sorted out first. Get the back end on it. Yeah. Get the forks on it and so on. Wheels. What wheels are you going to use on it? The those three spokers. Go on. What's that? Because I also forget. Oh, those three spokers.
Are they 750?
No, I wouldn't have had a 750 wheel.
No, not 750. You give us some.
Is it
XJR? No, not XJR.
ZXR11.
ZXR.
Yeah.
That were painted.
Oh, I can't. Yes.
And Clive wanted them.
Oh, we've got a
swap.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. And you got the other ones back.
Yamaha or Kawasaki?
Kawasaki.
Do you know?
ZRX 1200.
ZRX 1200.
Yeah. God.
But
I can't keep up because there's so much stuff going on.
I also have a pair of.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. You've got some wheels. And the Kawasaki.
I think I've got some ZX 1200.
You have.
Because I think the one I got off you was a 5.5.
That's right. No, the ones you got off me were gold, and they came off the Mark II project that your Les had.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to use them. I used the 5-spoke of some of the Yamaha R6.
That's the one.
So you got them. They were mint, all nicely powder coated.
But then, yeah.
And then they ended up being swapped with Clive because he wanted them, and you got back his standard ones. Which I assume you've still got.
They're in here somewhere. Yeah. Oh, then Drew ended up with the back one.
Okay.
So Drew did a swap.
Here we go.
The back one.
That's off a ZX.
For the ZXR 750
yes,
one.
Yes. This is what happens. Things go around in circles. You never quite know where we're up to.
I think let's
still look very similar.
To do with the disc or something.
Yeah, to get the clearances.
If you're doing something like this,
you can make it all. You can make it all work. Right. And you got some forks for it as well, have you? You got forks for it?
I've got the original forks and 46s with them big
yokes that you made.
Triple clamp and double clamp at the top.
Okay, cool.
That's why if you put the tank a little bit up, the yoke's near enough 2 inches thick, or 1 3/4 inches.
Yeah, it's a big old thing.
By the time it's sat there, it's going to be probably level with that nut, maybe around there.
Okay.
So your tank, as long as it all flows in,
it doesn't hit anything. Okay. Right. Okay. So that's what you've been up to over Christmas, over Christmas break, and now. I've been here half an hour, I've not had a cup of tea yet, so we'll call it quits. Yeah. So that's it, that's Jeff's sort of Christmas break project, and we'll see how it's going to get on later on.
Once this is in and these are in, well, doing the little bits after that is a doddle.
A doddle, right. Yeah. Famous last words, it's a doddle, once you've done that bit. Right, well it's now time for tea, so we'll call it quits. So that's it for now. So thanks for watching, and cheers.
Thank you. Right, I'll go and...
Off he goes.